loud.
Oh, well.
You gotta speak loud.
Not really. I mean, I was just kind of like defensive
live
minded, so I
audience.
felt like comfortable.
How's the training process gone for the comment? How you feel rolling in?
Like outside
I
linebacker.
feel pretty good. Everything's been going smooth. Been working out, getting stronger, getting faster. Just believing in my ability.
What have you been doing since the season ended?
We didn't have much time off, so just been working out. Had about 7 days off tonight. Went out to Arizona and got to work.
Well, yeah, I started my career.
What's been the process like? What have you been working on?
Working on my stars, trying to get stronger in the bench press, working on position drills and all that. It's really been my process this month and a half since I left Georgia.
Whoever I go against,
who you visited with?
Guys, kind of help my game.
It's been a lot of teams, man. I don't know where to start. Indianapolis, Oakland Raiders, Pittsburgh, a lot of teams.
Is there a common theme they're asking you? What do they want to know?
What do you want to play? You want to play outside linebacker or hand down defensive end?
And you tell them what?
Really anything. It don't matter. I like it.
Robert, how close were you to coming out last year after last season?
I mean, just the fact that
I was going to come back because I wanted to kind of better myself, mature a little bit, get used to the system. I knew I was coming back.
Lets me know, okay, I can definitely be a great player because those guys are obviously great players. So I think it's just more of like
I feel like I boosted it a little bit more. I took on a bigger role, so my stats were kind of down a little bit. So I feel like I showed I could do a lot more than just rush the passer.
Where did you get better at this year?
Working on my versatility. Other than the pass rush, covering tight ends, wide receivers, running backs down the field. So I could kind of add more to my game.
Robert, you guys had 15 draft picks. Georgia did last year. I don't know if you have enough guys to reach that number this year, but what's going to kind of stand out about this class, you think?
I feel like we'll have 11 or 12 get drafted as well. I feel like we are an even better team, in my opinion.
Not really. I mean, I don't think a lot of O-line people kind of talk back and forth like that.
Robert, you said this is a better team than last year. If the 2021 and 2022 teams faced off against each other,
try to get better.
That's a good question, man. I feel like it'd be a time to come down to go down to the wire.
My favorite pass rush move, probably from technique, probably a cross stop. If I'm playing
so you would win
defensive end, probably like a long arm.
Speaking of that 21 team, what's it like to be back in Indy where you won the championship?
It's a good feeling. I know when I got here, we took it over one time, so I know we'll take it over again.
Absolutely.
Who's most excited to show this week?
Probably my speed. I feel like I have a good 40 time, good position drills and all that type of stuff. I feel like I boost my draft stock tremendously doing that.
So I felt comfortable in those situations because I do practice every day. So whether I'm inside or outside, I'm able to play the run because that's something.
Robert, can you talk about the growth in your career? I mean, you were one of the, two 2017 guys.
Yes, sir.
Just talk about the growth that you had within the Georgia program, what it takes to stay in a program that long.
So it's stuff I've been working on kind of my entire 4 years.
Me coming there early, really didn't have that part of my game.
So I wouldn't say it's like one specific coach, but a collection of like coaches, teammates, kind of my own research.
Me being there for as many years as I did kind of taught me to work for everything that you do.
Implement that stuff in my game.
2021 is really when it clicked for me, so that's when I took off and
one
did my
move.
business.
What was it like stepping into a bigger role when Nolan went down midway through the season?
It wasn't really a surprise, we're always prepared. We're always prepared for the worst. So
I think it's my mindset.
Stepping up and getting young guys to come to my level.
Mindset to try to get better.
So that's Nolan's story. You got a good one to share with us?
No, I don't have a story, man. No story.
You guys push each other kind of?
Yeah, every day. That's like my little brother. We push each other, keep each other accountable. Every game, he used to be my roommate, so we always just keep each other accountable before the game.
So the GM comes to you and says, why should I take you over your best friend and brother, Nolan? What do you tell him?
Yeah, definitely. I'll just say, Northwestern allowed me to grow and kind of blossom into like the leader I was. Kind of get me outside of my comfort zone. I'm more of an introvert type of guy. So, I wanted to help this team try to win. And unfortunately, we didn't have the season we wanted. But I feel like I
LSU from this past year, I feel like that was probably one of my best games.
What made that game stand out?
I was playing the run pretty well and also rushing the passer. They kind of stuck out.
Man, it's absolutely fun, man. To see some of my teammates get recognized as well, to be a part of this program.
As a veteran that was in that room this past year, what should we expect from the Georgia outside linebackers next year with you and Nolan gone?
I have not. We're all at different training.
It's going to be the same, honestly. The young guys, they really starters, second string guys ain't good enough to play, so it's not really going to be much of a drop off. If anything, they'll be
Man, it's
better.
truly a blessing because
Better. Who do you think is going to be the top one that we're
got out of
any
high school?
specific
It was
games
just trying to
coming
get my
to
degree and play
Chaz
football and
Chambers,
play hard. And
Marvin
then,
Jones,
I got the
guys
opportunity.
like that.
I'm trying to take full
Those guys
advantage of
take
it, so it's truly been a blessing.
What about the guys behind them? You know that maybe
Absolutely.
weren't getting many snaps last year. What did you see scout team?
Oh, that'd be everything. I mean, I grew up right
I
next
feel
to
like
that
all
place,
those guys
like
really get
literally.
playing
So
time
it's
because
truly
our
a
room
blessing.
was real solid before we left. So I feel like those guys have developed during spring, fall camp, and I feel like they don't start to definitely get playing time. They have a role from University of Georgia.
Robert, we hear Kirby on the microphone when we go to practice. I'm guessing early in your career, you were one of the guys on. Did there ever come a time when you weren't on the microphone anymore? And what's the best advice to stay off of Kirby's microphone in practice?
Yeah, I was one of those guys. I was one of those guys until I left Georgia. It's not really nothing you can do, man. You just got to do everything right, and he won't yell at you.
What does it do you think, him using that microphone? Why is that so effective, do you think, to keep those practices rolling?
I feel like it keeps you on your toes. Because you can be anywhere on the field, and you hear him yell on the microphone, get it together, get it together. And then just make you snap back into it and get right.
So at Northwestern, we played a 4-3, so I guess my answer would be a 4-3. But we have had some more calls,
no, sir.
so I'm comfortable playing either one.
Is there like a Kirby code word for like when you know it's real? I mean, because we hear him, he's always fired up. But is there a when Kirby says something, does everybody realize that things are about to get real, or he's pretty serious or pretty upset?
No, it's like a different movie every day, man. You never really know. You never really know.
Like we're just like
Of all of his sayings, what's your favorite Kirbyism? Is it
So, yeah, that's kinda what I know
competition?
about
Is
that.
it win the day? Whatever. What's your favorite Kirbyism?
I mean,
Probably
they're
just gotta
excited.
compete. That's all it is. You gotta compete. That's what it comes down to. Plain and simple. You gotta compete every day.
Now, as I've
Come ready to work.
successful and kind of been playing more, so they're watching.
Hey, Robert,
now
you
they're
had
like really
a
into the game.
generational defense that you were a part of a couple years ago. Then last year you had a very good offense.
1990s.
Which was better?
Which one was better? I feel like, of course, I'm gonna say defense would be better.
What
I
impressed you?
feel like 2021 defense was, kind of.
Oh, they haven't brought that up.
Kind of edged them off a little bit.
When you come from a program like Georgia,
Yeah, everything is
how
talking
much
about
does
that.
that
Some way or
prepare
form,
being
yeah.
here and being in the NFL?
I feel like it helps a
reeled
lot.
about
Preparation
two.
before games. I feel like we prepare better than anyone. Coach Smart always has the best situation for us. We always
see,
go
right
through
now, focus
all
on
the
this
scenarios
position
that
right
go on
now.
in the game. So when it comes game time, it's like clockwork. It's easy like clockwork.
Have you spoken with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at all?
My favorite player in the
I
league.
think I spoke with him at the Senior Bowl, but not here.
Just
Robert,
because I feel
how
like
did Jalen
he shows his athleticism.
get along with everyone in the locker
Still
room?
be
Because
very
there's some
dominant.
questions raised by some draft analysts about that. How would you answer that?
Jalen, man, is a great guy. He doesn't talk much, but when he speaks, people listen. He kind of stays in his own lane, but man, we love him to death. He's a funny guy, man. He's the goofball, really. So,
What did you go back to the season opener against Oregon? Just what do you remember about those matchups at offensive line with their offensive tackles?
Very tough.
56
You got a lot of guys that want to win, a lot of guys that put in the work. So it's very tough.
right tackle, I know he's a big athletic guy, and left tackle. Both of them really, both great tackles. And I just had to really get in my bag, break them down and use my best pass rush.
Two guys got over the hump.
Definitely tough. We try to keep fighting.
How much do you feel like
Fortunately, life things don't happen the way you want it to happen.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
How much do you feel like as a program at Georgia, you're now the team to beat in the SEC?
Oh yeah, I feel like we're real high up on the pedestal. I feel like teams are really chasing us. I feel like over the years we get better and better, and now we're just up there by ourselves.
Did you even talk about Alabama last season at all?
Most definitely.
What was that message about the players?
Alabama, they can beat you at any time. It don't really matter what their record is. Still Alabama, they're a great team. It don't matter what their record is.
What do you take away from the Ohio State game, Robert? Obviously, that was pretty dramatic with the clock striking 12 and the field goal missing. Where were you on the field when they missed the field goal? And what do you take away from that game as far as most memorable or just the game you got by?
I was on the field. I was on the field goal block. I probably know it was a penalty on the field. I got a little too excited. Took my helmet off and threw it in the air. It was bad on my part, but
So I'll just say that.
at least we won the game.
If you got a chance to talk to niggas from Texas,
This is what you gotta have.
I think at the Senior Bowl, yes sir.
what would it mean to play for a coach like D'Amico Ryans?
I mean, it's nice.
It'd be great, man. Really, I just love the opportunity to be here. It don't matter what's going on.
What did you take out of that Senior Bowl experience? What was the value of that?
It was great. It prepared me for the interviews here. You know, it was just a great experience.
Were you surprised Warren went? I mean, obviously he'd been through some pretty traumatic things in the previous few weeks, and he was out there. Were you surprised he went? And what does that tell the NFL about Warren McClendon?
No, it didn't surprise me at all. You know, we bred a little different at Georgia. So we fight through a lot of adversity, fight through a lot of pain, and keep doing what you got to do.
You went up against Broderick a lot. Can you just talk about his growth over the last few years, from the time he came into the product he is now?
Broderick, man, he kept getting better and better, man. When he came in, he was a great player. Wasn't really much of a drop-off. He just kept getting better and better, better with his feet work, better with athleticism, better with his body frame and everything. Just getting better.
Does it ever get heated in those drills between the tackles and the outside guys in the pass rush drills?
I don't get heated. Not at all.
Yeah, so I think,
What'd you learn from Chidera in your 1 year working with him?
Say good things.
Gotta pay attention to the small details of pass rush. It's more than, sometimes being athletic, you gotta have a plan when you're rushing. So that's really what they're talking.
What is it about him as a young guy that's so promising in this industry? Because you hear his name a lot as an up-and-comer in coaching.
So when I'm in there,
Really, he's a real genuine guy. You know, he keeps it honest with you from the jump. Even in the recruits and stuff like that, he gives everyone a fair opportunity. So I feel like that's really what puts him over the top. The greatest guys always play, so that's really why I commend him.
You spent time with Jordan Davis, obviously, on the defensive side of the ball. What can you share about your experience with him, kind of learning behind him?
I remember when JD first came to college, man, he was a different type of player. And over the years, he just kept getting better and better. I can't be more proud of him. Yeah, as y'all know, he's a big goofball, too. And I just love to be around him.
Have you learned anything from him, watching him already go through the draft process last year?
No matter.
What did Tresman Marshall bring to the defense?
Yeah,
I feel like he just brought, kind of that vibrant energy. He always was in a good mood. Cracking jokes, keeping guys in a good mood. He was a great guy.
Yeah, definitely.
Great guy to be around.
Just offered me a scholarship to come compete at his school, play for Northwestern.
It happens.
And just kind of being in a culture where,
Jordan was a guy, a lot of people said, that kind of kept practices going, kind of funny guy. Who's going to be that guy next year? Who's going to be that guy that keeps the practices going when things get tough and it really heats up over the summer?
Ryan Davis.
Ryan Davis?
Yes, sir.
So
what does he do?
City, so no matter
He's the
what,
same, man. High energy guy, always got a smile on his face, cracking jokes.
Robert, who's the toughest guy you played against?
Darnell Wright from Tennessee. He's special.
What about him?
Just really
I would just
athletic,
say,
strong guy, real strong guy with his feet and his hands. He was keeping up with him.
So I feel like
Can you talk about that number one game? I mean, I know that they're all big games, but Tennessee had moved to number one. Was that a kind of a pivotal moment in the season? And what was that week of practice leading up to the Tennessee game like? Because it was kind of the number one versus number one, as I recall.
Yes, sir. It was just a regular week of practice. It was a little bit more, excited. Coach Small was getting us up there with emotions and stuff like that. But we were already prepared before the game started, so it didn't really make a difference who we were playing. One week at a time, so we just kept chopping the whole year.
You weren't worried about that offense? I mean, they were scoring at a record level when they rolled into your stadium.
Yes, sir. We not worried, but we confident in our defense. So we play our game, and y'all see the end result.
Robert, a bunch of guys that you played with last year went through this process. Jordan Davis, Kobe Dean being two of them. Did you keep in touch with those guys throughout their first year and throughout this part of the process?
Yes, sir, a little bit. I talked to them a little bit throughout the season.
What have they given you?
They told me your rookie year is going to be the longest year ever, so be ready for it.
Who's the toughest? You talked about Darnell Wright as being the toughest guy that you went up against. What is it, if you could just expand on him a little bit more, what was it about him that stood out to you when you faced him one-on-one?
Really, his ability to keep up with me. He was athletic. I'm going forward, and he's going backwards.
So I haven't played in the NFL yet,
ability
so I don't
to keep up with me really surprised me the whole game. I couldn't finish the game, so I couldn't really fill him out as good as I wanted to.
What'll be the memory you take away from Georgia when you're away from campus, you've gone away from training? What's the one thing you keep thinking about Georgia and your experiences there?
Probably just being in the locker room with the guys, man. Being around them every day. That'd probably be the most thing I miss.
Last